That's right. And look what you won. For 40 years Wheel of Fortune felt untouchable. Then came 2017. An old episode aired showing the hosts at a plantation with black women in slave-era costumes. The reaction was swift and devastating. But this wasn't just about one bad image. Internal documents later revealed a pattern of ignored warnings, dismissed concerns, and workplace discrimination. The only black executive had tried to prevent exactly this kind of disaster. She was silenced. When the backlash hit, Sony faced a choice: cancel one of TV's biggest hits or fight for survival. The decision they made shocked everyone. MV Griffin's idea for Wheel of Fortune didn't start in a TV studio. It started in the back seat of his parents' car in the 1940s, while other kids stared out the window or fought over snacks. MV and his sister passed time by playing hangman with scraps of paper. These quiet road trips shaped his love for word games. Long before he was rich or famous, he was just a kid guessing letters in a moving car. Years later, he turned that memory into one of the most successful game shows ever made. When he started developing a new show in 1973, he combined that same word game tension with something flashier: a spinning wheel. The end result was a show built on something very small, but it ended up changing television forever. But the spinning wheel didn't come from nowhere. MV was fascinated by casinos, especially roulette wheels. While staying at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, he became obsessed with how they worked. He watched how people stared, waited, and held their breath just to see where the ball would land. He wanted his game show to feel the same way: risky, exciting, and impossible to ignore. So he studied real roulette wheels. He even talked to casino executives and tested different designs. The final version he approved was bold, colorful, and full of tension. Felt just like Vegas, but without the gambling. With one spin, it could make someone rich or leave them with nothing. That feeling is what made Wheel of Fortune so addictive. Before the show we know today, MV tried something else. It was called Shopper's Bazaar, and it aired in 1973. It was strange from the start. The wheel stood upright like something from a carnival, and it spun automatically. Contestants didn't even touch it. The clues were delivered using a rotary phone, which already felt outdated. The show didn't have any suspense. The pace was awkward. Nobody liked it. Not NBC, not the test audiences, not even MV. But instead of giving up, he learned from it. He changed the wheel, changed the format, and started over. That failure turned into the blueprint for something bigger. Even then, the show still needed help getting on the air. That's where Lynn Boland came in. She was NBC's first female daytime programming executive, and she had a sharp eye for what people, especially women, wanted. After watching the pilot, she said it lacked glamour. She pushed MV to make it more appealing to women who made up most of the daytime audience. Her idea was simple: let contestants go shopping with their winnings. They could pick out furniture, jewelry, or even cars. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about choices. That twist made the show feel personal. Boland's changes helped Wheel of Fortune get on the air. Without her, it might have never left the pilot stage. On January 6, 1975, Wheel of Fortune premiered on NBC with Chuck Woolery and Susan Stafford. The first puzzle ever solved on air was General Hospital. At first, critics didn't say much, but viewers loved it. The mix of wordplay and chance made it different from anything else on TV. It wasn't flashy at the start, but it had something people liked. And when it moved to syndication, it exploded. That big moment came on September 19, 1983. The show launched in a new format, airing at night and reaching homes across the country. But it didn't start big. Only 50 stations picked it up, and none of the biggest markets like New York or Los Angeles wanted it. Philadelphia was the largest city on board. Still, the show grew fast. Within a few months, nearly every household in America could watch it. By the next year, MV launched a nighttime version of Jeopardy! 2. Together, they took over the game show world. Ratings soared. Other shows couldn't keep up. The risk had paid off in a massive way. In 1981, Pat Shaq took over as host, but it almost didn't happen. NBC's Fred Silverman thought Shaq wasn't famous enough. MV Griffin disagreed so strongly that he stopped production until Sajak was approved. When Sajak finally got the job, everything clicked. His calm humor and easy charm made the show feel welcoming. And then came Vanna White. Vanna joined the show on December 13, 1982. After Susan Stafford left, she was chosen from more than 200 applicants. First, her only job was to turn letters. But viewers loved her almost immediately. Her style, her grace, her smile, everything about her stood out. Soon, people were tuning in just to see what she'd wear. She and Pat became the most iconic duo in game show history. In 2019, when Pat had surgery, she even took over hosting for a while and proved she could handle the spotlight on her own. Even after more than 40 years, Vanna remains one of the most loved faces on television. The numbers back it up. In September 2024, Ryan Seacrest made his debut as the new host. His first episode brought in 4.62 million households, a 57% increase from the year before. That whole week, the show averaged 8.31 million viewers, its highest ratings in 5 years. Some fans worried the show would change too much, but it didn't. With Vanna still turning letters and Ryan adding new energy, the show found a fresh rhythm. Proved that Wheel of Fortune can keep evolving without losing what makes it special. In June 2000,